Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to this special issue of Parenting Matters. I have an international guest speaker, and she's coming live with us tonight. You've seen the teasers, and it's Dr. I. So Dr. I is a professor come entrepreneur. She quit teaching and being a professor of university to follow her dreams and her passion to be an entrepreneur and to help more families and children particularly understand that technology is not our enemy, technology is our friend, and how to use it to the best possible way. So tonight we're going to be answering those three questions and giving you a take-home strategy. So not telling you what to do or how to parent, but giving you the tools and some plans and a system. I was talking to Dr. I a little bit earlier. There's a system that you can use to possibly complement what you're currently doing, or if you don't have anything, start from scratch. So without further ado, let me bring in Dr. I. Good. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody, this is her signature welcome on her show. So Dr. I has a show and a program called The Classroom Without Walls. And so she is disrupting education as we know it, the traditional education. But hey, I'm going to let Dr. I tell you all about it. Dr. I, welcome.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on the show, Hanson. I do apologize about my appearance because I literally jumped out of the shower. So my hair is like, a little bit all over the place. So yes, so for me, I taught in the classroom for 10 plus years, and then like personally witnessed how broken the traditional educational model is. So question I asked myself, I think everyone should ask ourselves this question: be part of the problem or part of the solution? So I decided to be part of the solution, and my solution was to resign from my tenure track position, associate professor, and to build a better school, to build a better learning environment where learning is fun, is relevant, and transformative. So that's kind of my journey and my story.
Absolutely. And just to tell everybody who may be watching, I had the great pleasure and the honor to work with Dr. I when she came to Singapore. Those of you who are watching in Singapore, she came to Singapore last year, and we did the transformation program, a total immersion program for 10 days in Singapore, and it was an absolute success. There was a lot of kids from around the world. How many countries, Dr. I?
7 or 6, I don't even remember. Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah, countries, and they came into Singapore, and we did this total immersion experience, and the outcomes you can see on her website are just absolutely amazing. But tonight,
yeah, and I mean, just to follow up on that, you and I were talking about this. Like many parents and educators, we think children are the problem, right? We label them, we stratify them. A student, smart kid, like stupid, and we label our children all the time. But seeing the transformation, at least in my program, in 10 days, it is incredible, right? And think about, I truly believe like children are not the problem, but how we are teaching our children, that is very problematic.
And so tonight, Dr. I, we are a very short program. I've done an interview with you before, and we can talk for an hour because we're so passionate about these topics, and parents, please feel our passion. But I've got a challenge for you and I to condense it into 25 minutes and give the parents the take-home strategies, the proven strategies from all of your wealth of experience teaching, and something they can change or tweak or take home as a model today to help them. Screen time does not need to be screen time. It can be a great process. So without any further ado, let's get into it. What can parents do? Does it start with mindset? Where does it start?
Yeah, first, can I say something like, based on the parents that I have been working with, and parents and even school leaders, quite a few of them, they tend to ban social media and technology completely, especially in the US. I work with schools and many K-12, middle school and high school, they ban. And I don't think that is the solution. If you are a parent watching this right now or on replay, if you are banning social media, if you are banning technology, that is not the solution. Why? Because guess what? So much research has shown, McKinsey report, LinkedIn Learning, and so many, they have shown that digital literacy is a very important 21st century skill. So I just want to set up the context for our discussion today, so you know what I'm about to share with you is relevant and it is important to children's future. They have to learn how they can leverage social media and technology to engage in storytelling and story selling. You know, we are entering today's show me economy. Show me what you have done. Not just on piece of, resume. Hey, you are telling me what you have done, but show me. And social media is the perfect way to do that. So now I actually have a model, so maybe I can share that.
Yes, please. That's fantastic. And as I said, Dr. I, a little bit earlier, we're not here to tell parents how to parent, because everybody's got their own environment, their own situation. But what we want to do is, just like the magic herbs and spices, we have proven methodologies. We have proven strategies that work. And if they can infuse some of that into their existing model, great. If they want to throw away their existing model because it's not working and try something new, let's have a look at what you've got. Do you want to share screen?
Yeah, I think you have to. Yeah.
There you go.
Need the permission.
It's all yours. Okay. Can you go full screen? It's a bit small. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's go.
So this is my model. So maybe I can kind of quickly share my story a little bit. So this model actually works. And so this is where I was a few years ago. Okay. And oh my God, I hope you don't have children watching this right now. That was me, depressed and broken spiritually, mentally, financially, and I guess now financially, I should be grateful for being a college professor. But mentally, spiritually, I was broke. But today, fast forward to where I am today. So I'm speaking on stage and doing consulting in different countries. I work with Adobe. I'm also a HubSpot Academy instructor, and my work got featured on Forbes and Today Show, Inside Higher Education, Pearson Education. And last year, I got voted as one of the 25 socially influential learning professionals of the year. And here are some other places that my work got featured, right? So the reason, and also I interview, I don't know how many of those people you recognize. All those are really influential people in kind of social media, marketing, business. They have all come to my show. Seth Godin, Mark Schaefer, Neil Patel, Duncan Wardle. He is actually with the Disney background. He is actually the former VP of innovation at Disney, and Guy Kawasaki. So the reason that I was able to transform from, that sad green apple to this happy red apple is actually because I learned how to leverage social media, which is the model that I'm going to show you in a second. So I'm not that special. If this can happen to me, this can happen to you, to your children, especially if you have children a little bit older. And recently I got interviewed by a kid. He's only 15 years old. And he has been hosting a podcast for 3 years. And he has written 13 books already. And he's only 15 years old. Isn't that incredible? I think that goes to Hanson, our very first point, mindset shift. Okay, that is very important. If you think your children can only do this at maybe 11 or 20 years old, yes, that will happen. So first, you have to believe that our children are genius and stop labeling our children and truly believe that they have so much potential. And what I'm about to share with you is only a tool for you to apply that can really amplify your children's potential, 10 times their future, so to speak. And this model works on me, on other students I have worked with, and even they also work on professionals. So if you are a parent and if you want to learn how you can apply social media better instead of being like addicted, so this model can also be applied to you. Okay, so this is my 3C model, and connect, contribute, and create. So if you really understand the essence of this model, and you can really transform your children's relationship with social media from detrimental to beneficial. And maybe you can let me know in the comment section, if we have people joining us live right now, how are your children using social media and technology right now? How are they using? How much time are they spending online right now? And how do they use it? So based on my interactions with the parents that I have worked with, so many children, they use social media mainly as a way to consume and to be entertained. Okay, so if that is the case, yes, you will be addicted, because guess what? Facebook, Netflix, all those channels and platforms are designed to make you become addicted. Okay, so a way to shift that around, instead of being a victim, right? Facebook, LinkedIn, Facebook, all the platforms, they are designed. TikTok, you can easily spend hours on TikTok, right? So they are designed that way. So to shift that around is that learn how you can use social media, digital devices actually to create, to connect, and to contribute. Okay, and this is actually an hour-long training. I don't have that much time to dive into the details, but just to give you a simple example, here, let's just talk about the first C, which is to connect, right? And it doesn't matter how old your children are or what is their academic background. Let's say that gaming, right? Like lots of children, they are really into, I don't know, my children are really into Minecraft. So maybe your children are into a different thing. So if I'm a mom, okay, you love this game, right? Everything, you can turn that into a learning tool, okay, even with games. And ask your children, okay, so who are those amazing Minecraft players, right? That's the very first step, connect. Why don't you connect with them, right? You can easily do like hashtag search like on Twitter, for example. I personally, because of my children, I have actually connected with quite a few Minecraft educators and players through Twitter. You can also search on Facebook group. You can also do Amazon search. You can also set up Google Alerts. You can use all the different social media channels, Instagram, TikTok. You could just do a hashtag search, Minecraft. And who are those people? Who are those people playing this game? And ask your children to connect with them, right? And maybe schedule a Zoom chat. In that case, they are at least practicing communication skills and collaboration skills. And so if the people that are connecting, they happen to be a thought leader, and ask them, hey, why do you love playing Minecraft? What is it about Minecraft that is so interesting to you? And maybe you are interviewing a developer, and what inspired you to develop this app? So really try to leverage whatever they are doing as a tool to go one step higher, right? To connect. And I have been using this in my entire social media life to connect with thought leaders in education, in social media. So I used Minecraft as an example, or maybe your children that are young, they're really into cooking, right? So that is so easy. And you can easily do a search, like for example, do a YouTube search. And I will show you a quick trick, and many of you may not know this. So when you go to YouTube, and I use cooking as an example, right? So maybe your kid is really into cooking. Actually, cooking is a great way to learn about math and chemistry, so many different things. And so you just search cooking, and you see here a filter. So you click on filter. And you will see that you can search based on video, based on channel. And let's say that you want to do a search based on channel. And here you go. You have just identified all the leaders, influencers that talk about cooking on YouTube, right? All those channels. And you can randomly select a channel and go to their channel and see what are some topics. So what are some topics that they're talking about, and the videos that gained lots of views are popular topics, and go to the comments, see what questions people are asking. That is a great way for you to build some meaningful connections with thought leaders. And now you are not just using social media to like passively consume. Let me close this window. But also actually to make meaningful connections that can really enhance their career. Okay, so do I have time to quickly talk about the other tool, or?
Oh, Dr. I, you are on fire. The amount of value that you're giving right now, and we've only hit on how many C's?
Like 2 more.
Okay. I think that as a summary, and parents, if you're watching this, this is like unpacking 10 years of experience all in 25 minutes, right? So at the end of it, just put your comment, put your name and the country that you're messaging from, and put a comment whether you like it and whether you'd like us to contact you. There is so much. And then Dr. I is so generous with her time and with her knowledge and experience. I am betting that she will be more than happy to answer your questions and give you links to more information that will help you with this. So let me not stop you.
Can I just add another thing is, so the model that I use, my children are pretty young. I don't know how old your children are. So the model that we use is learn, reflect, and create. So 1 C is to connect, second C is to contribute, and the third C, which is the higher level, is to create. So you want to help your children become not passive learners, memorize regurgitated information, but active and creative designers and creators, and ask them to use social media to create. We use Adobe Spark. We do learn, reflect, and create. So creation is always our last step. And the best way to validate their ideas is to bring their learning to the public space. I use my own LinkedIn, share my children's work, and share their drawing, everything. And you will gain feedback. And it's also a way for your children to validate their ideas, because guess what? One day they will have to put their ideas into the public.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do we have time to go to the second C?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, let's do it. Let's do it quick.
Of course.
Yes, share screen. Let's make it full screen.
Can you see?
I love this. Yeah, I love this. Contribute. Let's go.
I want to share with you, many people come to me, and especially young children and even professionals, they're like, hey, I don't know what to talk about. I want to share with you right now, commenting is a strategy, okay? So the way that I got Seth Godin, all those big names, people's attention is because I was commenting and contributing to their content like crazy, okay? Yeah. And so if your children, let's say that there is a really well-known, maybe thought leader in math or in physics, in writing, in video production, that your children really want to get their attention. So what you do is that you become I call those people professional stalker. So you become a professional stalker. You do your own research and you identify, okay, this person is really active, like a blogger, right? Yep. So what you do is that every time when this person releases a blog, you go to the blog and in the comment section, you write down 3 paragraphs. Why this blog is so good, and which are some of your biggest takeaway points, and why this is resonating with you, and you just comment like that, okay? So maybe this person is not a blogger, it's a YouTuber, there's a video, you do the same thing, and you comment, you engage, and you also share. When you share...
Stop fooling around. I'll be talking to you about that later.
Exactly. When you are sharing, I don't know if you're talking to me, so when you're sharing their content, don't just be a lazy person, just do a share. What you do is that you add 3 paragraphs. Why are you sharing this? Hey, definitely check out this article, or check out this live training. This live training, this person covered 3 points. Point A, point B, point 3. Because guess what? Influencers are human beings. And if you are contributing to their content, oh my God, trust me, if you do that on a regular basis for 7 days or maybe a month, this person is going to reach out to you, or someone on their team will reach out to you. Hey, Hanson.
I've got to put my hand up. There are three things. What are those 3 things that you ask? I'm sorry to cut you off, but they were really, really, really valuable. What are the 3 questions?
So the reflection question or what?
Yeah.
Okay, so the reflection question is, number 1 is, what was surprising about what you have just learned and used it? And the second one is, what is something that you already knew, but now you are looking at it in a very different eye? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And the last question is, what do I still need help with? So I didn't develop those questions. It's from a book, the brain-centric design. So what they did is that they really studied neuroscience, and those questions are meant to create a very safe learning space for children and for anyone, for any learner to engage in discussions, to share their learning without feeling being judged and evaluated and critiqued.
Love it. Love it. So I'm sorry to cut your flow. Where were we? We're on C number 2.
So that's kind of contributing. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Oh, it's crystal clear.
Okay. So like, especially for those like people who don't know what to talk about, and then like contributing will give you lots of ideas and develop a network. And like digital networking, I probably don't have time to talk about this right now. It is something that I teach at my own program. It is so important, especially right now with the coronavirus. Everyone's staying at home, right? And like engaging like digital networking. Like many people learn how to do face-to-face networking, which I agree is very important. But there's this even bigger network, and it is free, that people need to learn how to engage in digital networking. But anyway, so the last C, I think this is really the hardest, which is to create, right? And after you learn, and the best way for your children to learn something is actually to create, okay? And you can easily ask them. So I use Canva and Adobe Spark. But there are so many tools, like for example, and you can maybe write a book, and like a book, like on a story, right? So ask your children to reflect, okay, hey, Allison, you just read this story. What the story is about? Can you create like a Canva graphic to share what the story is about? Right? Just like in that way, they are practicing how to digest information. They're internalizing, they're connecting all the dots, and they're also developing digital literacy. And they are on the screen, but they are using the screen for a very positive manner. They're not just playing games. And even when they're playing games, asking, what did you learn from this game? So our children watch movies, and after they watch a movie or a cartoon, I always ask them, share 3 reflections with me. And you can do the reflection, do a quick video. And then after the video, I ask him to use iMovie to edit the video, right? So there are so many things you can do. Just like think more creatively and ask them, using technology to learn, video, audio, or even do a blog reflection or do a combination. Why not create a poster? Why not create an ebook for the older children? Why not make I mentioned a poster and create a magazine, right? And,
so Dr. I, on this, a lot of parents find that they're already overwhelmed. But I think that you and I, when we chat quite often, but we already know, I've got a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old. And what we find is if it becomes a habit, it becomes a normal. And actually, you don't need to ask the question or direct the traffic all the time, because they've already into the system of doing it. And so when we can be pleasantly surprised to see the projects or to see the feedback, or when we're putting them to bed to get that conversation back, this shows that we are parenting with a system and not just randomly. So, with a purpose.
And also I want to share with parents, you don't have to feel like you need to teach your children everything. You do not. So what you need to do is that you show up as a facilitator and as a listener. So we call this the pedagogy of listening. Really listen to your children. What do they want? I spend lots of time listening to my own children. What do they want? And then I design a project, and I don't teach him. I recently interviewed quite a few parents, and for those parents who raised very successful children, and one question they tend to ask their children a lot, which is, go figure it out. Go figure it out. So don't feel like I don't know everything. My older son started selling on eBay, and I have never sold anything on eBay. I don't know, but I facilitated that. Here's a computer. Here are the old clothes that we need to get rid of.
Correct.
And you figure this out. He figured it out, and he's really proud of himself. So now we're moving to building our own e-commerce store, and he's selling my own T-shirt, and he's learning, practicing math. He's practicing communication. He's practicing research skills, and he's also definitely using social media to promote. But then it's a very healthy relationship. It's not like I'm addicted, but to him, this is a tool. For me, just like, to cook, you have to use a knife, right? So to us, it's a tool. Like when I finish my work, I put it away, I do something else. I don't feel like my life is being controlled by it, but there's that mental shift you have to make.
Yeah. So in the beginning, probably it's a tough journey because it's a new phenomenon. Like it's only been 10 or 20 years that the computer's been so prolific in our life, and we're basically the first or second generation that have to deal with it as parents. And so the shortcut, easy way is just the screen nanny. Just throw it off to the kid and keep them busy. I mean, I know that. That my mother did that with my sister's kids. It's kind of like, okay, they're busy, they're quiet, okay, it's out of my hair. But as we know, the demands are so great, the children's demands. And as you said earlier, like these companies, they spend millions and millions and millions of dollars to engineer the software in a way that has so many hooks that you are addicted. That's their purpose. So we need to go about it the other way, as you've explained it in your 3C model, which is teaching the children to be able to switch on and switch off and create. So number one, let's just reflect. Number one is C, first C?
Oh, create. No, connect.
Connect. Second?
Contribute.
And number three?
Create.
Okay, so that's what we're working on now, parents. So we're running out of time, and I'm really grateful.
I had another point, Hanson.
Excellent. Bring it.
There is a Bloom, BLOOM, taxonomy. Okay. Taxonomy is like a hierarchy. Okay. Yep. So he's a really well-known educator.
Yep.
So he talks about. You can't really see. Can you go?
I'm gonna zoom in on you. Yeah.
Yes, and this is really well known in the education space, and I design many of my lessons based on this, right? So this is kind of a learning pyramid, and there are quite a few different levels, like 6 levels, okay? So 3 levels, and the lowest level is kind of to memorize. Anyway, I don't want to, so probably don't have time. So the 3 levels are lower level. They are lower cognitive level, memorization, understanding something. And I want to share with you the higher level, a higher cognitive level development. And the lower level, they will be replaced by AI technology very soon. And the higher level, the highest level is actually to create. That's the highest level in a learner's journey. And if you can, the lowest level is memorization. There are quite a few, application, analyze, synthesize, but the highest level is to create. And that's why I also incorporate the creation model. So if you can really like creating posters, audio, podcasts, all those things, and you are really helping your children learning and using and leveraging social media as a tool to serve them instead of them being a victim of the media. Yeah. So just remember that the highest level of cognitive development is
this is incredible. And Dr. I, you've dropped so much value. Yeah, I mean we could talk hours on the subject. I mean, there's just so much in it. But today we just wanted to give the parents something very quick to work with. So I have parents, if you're watching this, put your name and your country in the comments so we can send something to you. I've asked Dr. I if she would oblige to send us a PDF format of this model and some very simple but very concise steps that can help you, because we have a lot of parents who've reached out to us and they're just losing their mind. They've got so many things to do and they're struggling with this screen time. It's become screen time and they're really losing themselves. So we want to help you nail that as quickly as we can, right? So then you can free up your other time. So once you've got this in place, then it's just a matter of managing it more than screaming the orders. And if you've got that in a system that your children understand what the boundaries are and what the benefits are, the boundaries and the benefits, well, then they're going to be coming back to you and telling you what they've learned, telling you the reflections that Dr. I is talking about. So Dr. I, would that be okay if you can...
Questions, sorry, you're talking about this. I saw someone commenting on the reflection questions. Those reflection questions are really, really powerful, because if you are a parent, if you are only asking, what did you learn today? Do you have any questions? Those are closed questions, and you are going to shut down their brain, because when, hey, do you have any questions? Like, am I stupid? Like, why do I have questions? So the 3 questions I share with everyone is really based on a solid body of research that can really create this really safe learning space. Yeah, just want to add that.
Excellent. Yep. Yes, very good. So, are you there, Dr. I? We seem to have a bit of a break.
I am here.
Loud and clear. Okay, excellent. So we have come to the end of this a very sharp and short, but very informative chat. And it's on family matters with us. We're based here in Singapore, and Dr. I is all the way in Philadelphia on the other side of the world. And we want to thank her for her time. And also, as I said, parents, if you want this guide, if you want this information for Dr. I, 10 years of information about parenting and teaching about digital use and how to use it properly, we can send you something. So put your message in there and we will get in contact with you. Dr. I, any closing thoughts or suggestions for parents that might be losing their mind over screen time?
Yeah, and I'll share, technology and social media and all the devices, they are not the root of the problem. They are manifestations of bigger issues. And what matters is not to ban them, but actually learn and educate yourself and to become more informed and to use a better way to teach your children in regard to social media and technology. They are not the problem, but how we are using social media is the problem.
Fantastic. Dr. I, please stick around. I'll chat with you after. I'm going to close this session. Parents, thank you very much for your time and always appreciate your support. Dr. I, it's been a pleasure as always, and we will wave you out. All right, you guys, all the very best. Take it easy. Have a good night.